No, we don't have any election results as we see. It's amazing you can get football picks before you get an election. And that's on the sign-in front. The Houston Texans signed Luke McNown. Luke McNown is like 42 years old, and this is his 12th team that he's been on in the National Football League. But my man right here, Colin, can't get a sniff. What can I tell you? Let's start with Thursday night's game tonight. Tonight's game. Looks like COVID is the best defender in the National Football League. Because COVID has stopped more teams than a little bit. It stopped more offenses than a little bit. Let's look at the list of players that are not going to play for the San Francisco 49ers tonight. Jimmy G and George Kittle are hurt. They don't know if they're going to play tonight or not. Okay, let's look at the 49er backfield, man. The 49er backfield has had to drag people off the street to play running back for them. McKinnon might be in play. Hasty might play. Marston might play. I don't know. But I know who's not playing. Trent Williams is not playing. No. Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver. Fantastic young rookie out of Arizona State. He ain't playing. Deebo Samuel, he ain't playing either. COVID-19, I'm telling you, man, you might as well put a uniform on COVID-19 and line it up in front of somebody. Hell, COVID-19 is probably the only thing that probably can shut down the Kansas City offense. And that's real, baby. Hell, the COVID-19 can shut down any offense. The Houston Texans had to shut down their facility because of COVID-19. Now, you tell me, Roger Goodell, all I know, all 32 owners pay your salary, but you're not smart enough to miss a paycheck. You put people's lives on the line for a game, for a game. Yeah, you and those other 32 owners pretty much sound like the dude that's about to lose his job. I said it. I don't care what you say. He about to lose his job. His job is about to be gone. Okay, enough of that. Go to the picks. Green Bay versus San Francisco. Well, you just heard, man. San Francisco's team looks like a mash. And without Trent Williams on that left side, Zendarius Smith or Preston Smith, or either one, they should have a field day. Whoever was standing back there trying to quarterback. You know what? Every time something happens to Green Bay, if Green Bay loses, Aaron Rodgers pretty much comes back. And he comes back with a vengeance. I'm sorry, but this game is going to be the Green Bay Packers game to steal because this is a very kind of crucial game when we talk about the NFC and the playoff standings and how they're going to set them up. If Green Bay can take out San Francisco, well, it bodes well for them. So I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. The way you look at this game right here, the way you look at it in the NFC least, if whoever can win this division, I'm talking about win this division, they might make some noise. I'm just being honest. Um, Washington is already up one on Philly because they beat Philly the first game, but they lost to the Giants. They need to win this game. What Washington needs to do is get to Daniel Jones. If they can get home on Daniel Jones, they got him. Now, I'm looking at Jack Del Rio. You're this great defensive mind. But the last time you played the Giants, you was like in a struggle. Dog, if you want to win this game, you better sit Kerrigan, Sweat, and Young. You better use that law firm that you got up on the front line. The law firm of Young, Kerrigan, Sweat, Allen, Payne, and Settle. You better use that law firm up front, and Ryan and Anderson. You better use that law firm up front and let them establish justice. Let them take care of Daniel Jones. If you can do that, the Giants, it seemed Monday night that, you know what, it was on, man. I'm telling you. Slayton, I like him. I like Darius Slayton. Sterling Shepard played very well. Of course, Evan Ingram, the dude is a superstar. He just got to learn how to be consistent. But he's a superstar, no doubt. But you know what? I don't think Washington loses at home. I think they've had a week of rest. They've got some people healthy that they needed to get healthy, and they're raring to go. I'm going to go with Washington. Let's talk about Chicago and Tennessee. Chicago, one of them teams where if they actually had an offense to go with their defense, Chicago will make a lot of noise. But it seems to me that I don't know. Chicago's offense is kind of schizophrenic or bipolar. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're going to get. And they have a coach with a great offensive mind in Matt Nagy. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But Tennessee, whew, Derrick Henry is a beast. He's a grown man, but you can't keep running Derrick Henry. Tannehill is going to have to find Corey Davis and A.J. Brown in this one. And Jonnu Smith. Yes? You're going to have to find Jonnu Smith. Everybody sleeps on this dude. But Jonnu Smith is the truth. You better find out where he is. They can line this dude up in the backfield. He can run the football. They can do anything with this guy. And I think Arthur Smith needs to do a lot of things with Jonnu Smith to kind of keep keep Chicago off balance. Okay. Detroit, and Minnesota. Detroit in Minnesota. Now, for you ham and eggers who ain't woke up yet, yes, Joe Biden did get Michigan. You got folks standing outside the Detroit polling place talking about, we want to see the vote. We want to see the vote being counted. Well, look, go to a Lions game and watch the Lions play. Because by about as close as you're going to get to seeing anything that you would like to see. Go to a Lions game. Minnesota wiped the floor with Green Bay last week. Dalvin Cook went off. I mean, Mr. Dalvin Cook. Because that's how he played. Dalvin Cook has a shot at the MVP. Although I think Russell Wilson is going to take the award, but I've been wrong before, but I think this is Russell's year. Russell been balling out of control. But, people don't want to hear me on that one, but Russell has been balling out of control. Being married to Sierra does have its benefits. But anyway, you know what? I'm going with Minnesota. Dalvin Cook is on fire. Fire, fire, fire. Let's talk about Carolina and Kansas City. Now, look here. The great one never will ever just mail one out there. You still got to play the game. But Kansas City, brother, are you crazy? The only person that can stop Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. Period. Andy Reid is a mad scientist. Him and Eric Bieniemy, they have cooked something up in that doggone kitchen that you can put barbecue sauce on it evenly, eat it, and just go, whoo. Now, Kansas City leaves a little bit to be desired on that defense, but they got that bend kind of break mentality. As long as they got Chris Jones up there breaking down the line, breaking down the line of scrimmage so Frank Clark and the rest of them dudes can eat, and the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, back there hawking, you best believe Kansas City can get it done on that. And I tell you this much right here. That boy Patrick Mahomes, I'm gonna tell you how this young man took money out of his own pocket and set up a polling place for the folks in Kansas City. Of course, you know he's part owner of the Kansas City Royals too. That boy smart. Set it up so people can go cast their ballot. That's what I'm talking about, Patrick, I'm sorry, because I don't want his mama coming up there trying to slap me. All right. She said my baby's name is Patrick, just like his daddy. Not Pat, not Pat, not P, not P Diddy, not what? Patrick. Get it. I got you, mama. All right. Houston versus Jacksonville. This is a divisional game, and things looking pretty bleak in Houston. Huh? I got him. It's 9:31 actually. I get him. Anyway, when I finish these picks, I gotta take the dog out for a little trip. Don't worry about it. He'll be all right. Houston versus Jacksonville. At one time, this probably would have been a ballyhooed matchup. But fortunes have changed in Harris County and in Duval County. Now, Houston, to me, had a bright future. They was nasty on defense and just as special on offense. What a difference a year makes. 365 days. It's the reason why Bill O'Brien got fired. You let one of your top offensive stars roll the hell out. You trade him for what? On a promise that David Johnson was going to be like he was in 2016? Yeah. You take away your man's top receiving threat. You take away Deshaun's top threat. Because you felt like it. That's why owners, you never make the coach and general manager. It don't work. It don't work. In the words of Fred Hammond, it won't work. It won't work. It ain't gonna work. You could have traded Kenny Stills And Will Fuller. And Will Fuller can't even stay on the field. He's speedy. He's got hands, but he can't stay on the field. What you should have did is that deal, sent that to Arizona, and see if you can bring you, a right tackle that could go with Laramie Tunsil. Or say, you know what, we'll get him for picks so we can pick up a running back or something like that. You didn't do that. D-Hop is balling out there in Arizona while you suffering in Houston. And to Texas fans, they had shut the building down because of COVID. But I like what J.J. Watt said. I'm not in there for the rebuilding mode. What the hell you talking about? We had a squad. We didn't have to rebuild nothing. Should have fired Bill O'Brien a long time ago. He should have been gone. He should have been gone. But now Houston, they're singing that Kelly Clarkson song. Since you've been gone, we can breathe for the first time. But you ain't moving on nowhere. Yeah. You're not going nowhere. Jacksonville, slightly. I give Jacksonville a touchdown. Baltimore and Indianapolis. It seems like when Baltimore faces a good team, they can't close the deal. Kansas City, the young man ran through them like X-Lax. Edwards-Helaire ran through them like X-Lax. Just ran. I'm not putting this all on Lamar because Lamar plays within the system that's put there. Now, he missed a lot of throws. On that 4th and 2 in Pittsburgh, hell, they could have done what Lamar does best. Just let him take that bootleg around the corner. He could have easily walked for that 2 yards. He could have walked for that 2 yards. But it was plays earlier that brought on Baltimore's demise. Brought on Baltimore's demise. The pick 6 early in the game to Spillane. That pick 6 hurt. It came back to hurt him. And then the interception that he threw to Highsmith, that was just as bad. Turnovers, 3 and outs, and just undisciplined things hurt you in the end. And that's what hurt Baltimore. It hurt them. It hurt them. You gave up the rock at the worst times. You were driving, you were controlling the clock. All of a sudden, you toss one out there. Highsmith just gets up in there and gets it. The first mistake, Spillane sat on that route. He sat on that route like he was sitting on there waiting for breakfast. Picked that thing off and took it to the house. And if they didn't call this one an incomplete pass, Joe Hayden could have got him one as well. I think Baltimore needs to see the wizard. And it is not about courage. It's not about hearts. It's called intelligence, bro. Do what you do best. Maul people. Run the rock. Hit some passes, but run the rock and let your defense get nasty. With that being said, Indianapolis is a team you better watch. Frank Reich has got this team playing good football. Philip Old Man Rivers, he just keep rolling. Old Man River, he just keep rolling. He don't say nothing. But he won't roll this week. You see, that Indianapolis offensive line has gotten a little bit better. Because that's why Andrew Luck is a retired football player. So Andrew Luck got tired of standing behind that damn line. He was getting killed. Jonathan Taylor comes in from Wisconsin, and young man is taking a lot of pressure off of Phillip Rivers. Because when you can run the ball, you can change things. But I don't think that offensive line is going to hold up this week. And Baltimore is pissed off. And that's not a good combination. I got Baltimore and a pit beef sandwich. Woo-woo. Seattle and Buffalo. How diverse can these two cities be? Buffalo, with those famous wings. And that blue-collar spirit that the folks in Buffalo truly embrace. These got to be some of the greatest and loyalist fans I've ever known. These folks love their Bills. And their Bills are playing real well. It's been a long time. I'm talking about a long time since the Bills have played like this. You got to go back to Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and them. Yeah. And Andre Reed and all them. Howard House Ballard, Kent Hall, Don Beebe, Kenneth Davis, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith. I want Fred Smerlas. You got to go back to them days when Buffalo was playing football like this. Hell, Josh Allen run around there looking like Jim Kelly. Devin Singletary is the truth. Zach Moss gives him a nice little backup. But this Buffalo defense, you got some stars. Jerry Hughes. You lost Jordan. I forget. Well, he went to Arizona. Ed Oliver. Travarius White. If I got it wrong, y'all tell me. You got some stars on this defense. AJ Klein. You got some people on this defense that can actually play. The problem is they're kind of inconsistent. And that Sean McDermott being the defensive mind, he got one of the better in the game, Leslie Frazier. And it's not on Leslie underperforming, underachieving. Which leads me to say, well, Buffalo, you picking the wrong team to underachieve against. DK Metcalf is a grown damn man. He is 6'3". I'm gonna say 200. He ain't 240 pounds. He's 228 pounds. He's Brandon Marshall with speed. People say Calvin Johnson, but I kind of look at DK Metcalf as Brandon Marshall with speed. The dude is a beast. You don't want to see him on the crossing route. You don't want to see him on the deep route. Ask Patrick Peterson. You don't want to see this dude. He's like Terry McLaurin. You don't want to see this dude lined up in front of you because you know what's going to happen to you. Tyler Lockett, who's getting as underrated as I don't know what, but Tyler Lockett can do that damage to you. The only problem with Seattle is they can't keep a healthy running back. Carlos Hyde is out. Carlos Hyde has been on so many teams. Chris Carson. If I'm Pete Carroll, the trade deadline should have been, you should have been trying to hit somebody's backfield. I tell you who could have worked for y'all. Y'all should have worked it, was Latavius Murray. Big, strong back, can run, and pretty much stays relatively healthy. But that's not. John Snyder, you're the GM, I'm not. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go with Russell, man. I'm going with Russ.
You better.
I don't have to, but I'm going with Seattle. Denver and Atlanta. Two teams that Atlanta won, but two teams that, you know what, they can actually play, but the old injury bug has hit them. But I think Atlanta is getting healthy. Julio's going to play. Todd Gurley is pretty well. They're going to get Calvin Gurley back, but I'm not going to say Julio Jones is in decline. I just think them injuries and the little nicks and bangs kind of taking their toll. Because you can look at him and AJ Green. Both of these guys, when they left high school, they were the truth in high school. They were the truth in college. And they've been the truth for a long time. But time has a way of telling you that, but I don't count either one of them out. But you know what? I got Atlanta in this one. Even though Denver is 3-4, they don't convince me enough. Yeah, they had a big win over the Chargers. I keep saying San Diego when they're LA Chargers. They had a big win, and that win was genuine. But I'm going with Atlanta. Another division rivalry, the Chargers and the Raiders. Hopefully, Joe Biden takes Nevada so we can get this race over with. But right now, the state of Nevada kind of getting hit with a little something. Nobody can really go into the strip and down the casinos because of COVID. And the Raiders, who got a shiny new stadium. That stadium is nice. Look like the Death Star from Star Wars. But I would like none but when all this COVID stuff is over to see if Las Vegas establishes a black hole in this stadium. The one thing I like when the Raiders were in Oakland, the black hole. Them people were faithful no matter what. They were like, yeah. Look like the old Oakland Raiders. But now they're the Las Vegas Raiders. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. And you know what? They're going to roll 7-11, 7-11, backdoor and Little Joe. They're going to pull them slots. And they're going to jing, 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 jing. Bam. They get the Chargers. Pittsburgh and Dallas. Back when I was a young John, Eric, the Pittsburgh and Dallas game was the game. Because neither one of them liked each other. I like when Dwight White and L.C. Greenwood and Mean Joe Green would tee off on Roger Staubach and just toss him flip him, slap him, just beat him up. And I love when Mel Blount would just hound Drew Pearson all the way down the field. And JT Wagner would take care of Tony Hill. And the rest of the guys would tell Billy Joe Dupree, yeah, come across the middle if you want to. We got something for you. Although Dallas had a guy by the name of Dorsett who would say, you know what, I got something for y'all. This just was nasty. I remember a few years ago when Zeke Elliott took off up the middle for a defining run that the Dallas fans was losing their mind over. But that was yesterday, and yesterday's gone. This Dallas football team stank. They stank. They stank like bad chitlins. Like an old batch of collard greens. They stank. Their offensive line decimated. Hell, I don't even know why Zach Martin like lined up beside dudes like, really? Once upon a time, I had Tyron Smith, Leo Collins, Trav Frederick, and we was housing people. Yeah, we got sorry ass Connor Williams on there, but you know, we'll lift him up. Now I'm looking around, I got Cameron Irvin, who'd have been on this about 415. I got this dude I ain't even seen before. This ain't right. And Ben DiNucci. Sound like a mobster, DiNucci crime family. Sound like a mobster. But Ben, that underarm, whatever kind of delivery you got, woo. They say he got moxie. But Ron Rivera benches my man, Dwayne Haskins. But this dude, Ben DiNucci, whatever, he couldn't pass the bread at the dinner table. I watched him Sunday night. This dude, I'm serious. He couldn't pass the peas like we used to. And Zeke Elliott, he run around there like he high. Look at his lips. You can't tell me Zeke ain't been hitting no blunts before the game. You cannot tell me that Zeke ain't been hitting that chronic, man. Zeke smoking that chronic, baby. I'm telling you. I guarantee you, if COVID-19 is so prevalent and so rampant now, they're not worried about the testing. But I guarantee if they tested Zeke could be positive. Zeke looked like he running for the weed man. It looked like he done caught him. Tony Pollard looking pretty good. Well, Zeke, you just gave Zeke $90 million. $90 million. Something you don't do with a running back. Huh? I got him. Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin is the winningest African-American coach, and he gonna stay that way. Miami, Arizona, Kyler Murray versus Tua Tagovailoa. I do believe if Tua Tagovailoa would have ran into Mississippi State, I think he would have ran with that John W. Heisman Trophy. With that being said, this left-hander, this Arizona defense is pretty decent. They may have lost Chandler Jones, but they got Buda Baker and some other cats, Jordan Phillips. That's who that was. That came from Buffalo. They got Hassan Reddick. These people can get up and get after the pass. They're going to throw some, Vance Joseph's going to throw some looks at Tua and see if he's ready. I think honestly they should have kept Ryan Fitzpatrick for a few more games before they put Tua up in there. But nevertheless, I think Miami might pull this one off. So I'm gonna go with the Miami Dolphins. New Orleans and Tampa Bay. He's back. That's right. Antonio Brown is back. Right? You know that Antonio Brown. You know that Antonio Brown that acted like a plumb damn fool, cussing out his baby mama in front of his boys, throwing her all out on the street. The same Antonio Brown who the Raiders gave him a break, paid him big money. He cussed out the general manager. He thumbed it up at the players, talking about his helmet didn't fit right, his leg was hurting. And so the Raiders just said, you know what, bro, you can go.
Good morning.
Then he goes
to go pick up your medicine, then I'll call you when I get it.
Then he goes to New England. Okay. And it looked like that was a match made in heaven, but he somehow sunk out of that. Now he's back with Tampa Bay, with a coach who coached him in Pittsburgh that said, I don't really want to be bothered with Antonio Brown. But I don't think Bruce Arians had any say. I think Bruce Arians, the real general manager, de facto general manager, Tom Brady said, that's who I want. So we're going to see Sunday night. AB is back. But they still don't bode well for Tampa now. They lost to New Orleans. But this game is going to be in Tampa. Now, I don't know if Michael Thomas is going to play this game for New Orleans. I think he is. But Alvin Kamara doing this thing. This is going to be a nail biter. This is going to be something that, well, probably an enjoyable game on Sunday night. But I'm still going with the Saints. Who that? Monday night's game, I don't care. But I got New England. Because the Jets, they can't beat nobody. They like Donald Trump. They can't beat nobody. They might demand a recount. How many points that's going to be scored on. That's the picks. It's over with. I got to go walk the doggy because he needs to go to the bathroom. And if you don't like the picks, just send me something back. Say, man, you stink. And I ain't going to get mad. See you later.